Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I'm really excited to do. I'm finally going to be sharing my project pan for 2020. So I typically have done year-long project pans the past couple of years here, and I'm finally going to be sharing with you how I'm planning to run my project pan for 2020. I'm going to share the products that I have first chosen out that I would like to hit pan or really use up these products. I'm also going to be chatting with you about kind of my mindset when it comes to project pan, how I'm going to do this series in conjunction with my Shop My Stash series. So I'm excited to share this with you. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right in. I actually was not planning to film today. I had today scheduled off. I live in a very small town. I was gonna travel over into a larger town and do a little bit of shopping and see some friends, but it is snowing like crazy right now. I'm sitting in front of my window. I'm watching the snow. I live in Iowa. We have just been getting hit with some really, really bad winter weather the past couple weeks now here. So I was like, I should film today, you know, since I'm home. I was like, I feel like I should film a video. I'm gonna be gone next week in Vegas, so I know that I needed to pre-film. So I just like very quickly did very basic makeup, just concealer and powder. I really don't have a whole lot going on with my eyes either, but I was like, let's just do it. And I've been really wanting to film this project pan video. My wrap up for what I did in 2019 was 9 products that I wanted to pan or use up in 2019. That finale came a little bit later. We unfortunately had a death in my family on New Year's Day, and it just kind of, you know, things just had to get pushed back and put on pause for a little bit. So I'm finally getting around to filming the 2020, but I'm not too concerned with like having something going up really early in the year, because this project pan is going to be a little bit different from what I have been doing in the past, which is where I have a set number of products, like 8 in 2018, 9 in 2019, and that sort of thing. This one I want to be more of a rolling project pan, and I want this year to really focus on products and really start to use them up. So there's a few products in here that I actually have already hit pan on. So, you know, that was something that was really exciting for me when I did last year's project pan, and I would finally hit pan on something like an eyeshadow, and I would be so excited. Some of the products that I have chosen out I've already hit pan on, but I actually want to use them up. Some of them are lip products where you're not necessarily hitting a pan, which is where you can see, like with an eyeshadow, it's where you can actually see the bottom of the pan, or with the bronzer you can see the bottom of the pan. You know, I have things like lip products, but again, like some minis or some ones that I've already used a lot, but I want to use them up. That's kind of my focus and my goal for 2020. And for this first round, I chose out 7 products. There were a few that I've had in mind for a while that I knew I wanted to put into a project pan because I do want to use them up. And the reason why I decided to choose some products that, you know, have clearly gotten a lot of love for me, or I have already hit pan on, is because sometimes when you start a new goal or a new project, it can be kind of hard to like get going. It can kind of be hard to get into the swing of things. And I actually have a podcast. It's called Start Inspired. You can find it pretty much anywhere that you can find a podcast. And I just came back with season 2, and in the first episode of the podcast I was talking about healthy habits, and in one section I was talking about waking up early and having my morning routine and making my to-do list. And I said at the top of my to-do list every morning that I make, I put down one of my easier goals of the day, because that way when I'm first getting to it and I'm first starting my day and I'm first looking at my to-do list and trying to check things off, if I have something that's really achievable for me on the top of my list and I do it and I can check that off, it's a really rewarding feeling, and it kind of just gets me in that mindset, and it has me, you know, gives me that boost of motivation to like, okay, I can do this, like let's do it, let's keep going, let's keep checking things off. And that's what I thought I could bring to my project pan, because sometimes getting started is the hardest part. And when you choose items that you're like, yeah, you know, I really want to hit pan on this blush, but I've never hit pan on a blush, and then you pull out this gigantic blush and you're like, but I'm gonna hit pan on this one. When you consistently don't see a big result, or you don't see that pan, or you don't use up the product, it can kind of, to me, get a little bit like, this is never gonna happen, why am I trying? I might as well just use my new stuff, I might as well keep buying new stuff. And so that's the mindset that I wanted to at least bring into the start of my project pan, and maybe start off a little bit easier, some might say, but I want to see it as more achievable for me, because I think that'll really kind of set me on the right path and keep me motivated as we move throughout this project pan throughout the month. So I hope that makes sense. That's something that I definitely wanted to mention here in this video. And another thing, when I talk about mindset, I am someone, and if you've watched my channel for a while, you've heard me say this a lot. I am someone that when I get like almost done with a product, I have this weird feeling of like, I don't want to use it up. And even if I only have 3 uses, like I'm going to keep prolonging and prolonging and prolonging using it up. I actually kind of want to do a whole mindset and makeup video, because that's a series I have here on YouTube. I kind of want to do a whole video based on that, because I am someone who has struggled quite a bit, you know, definitely financially in life, which kind of carries over to the material things that I have. I have clothes that I have had since high school. I've had clothes that I've had since college that I refuse to throw away, because there was a point in time where I couldn't afford new clothes, right? So to me, it's like, yeah, this pair of jeans maybe doesn't fit me the best, or maybe has just like the most amount of holes in it, which is fine because, you know, that's coming back in fashion. But I have this weird thing of like, I don't want to let things go, because I know what it feels like to not have things. So that's kind of my mindset, especially then when it comes to buying makeup, because I mean, there was a time where I had a very tiny makeup collection, and you know, I still have to save up my money for especially some of these more expensive purchases. So when I first started getting into Project Pan and shot my stash videos, I was kind of struggling internally, because I was like, do I really want to use up these products? Like, I spent my hard-earned money on these products. Why do I want to use them up and not have them anymore? But I'm trying to flip that mindset, because I spent my hard-earned money on these products. Why would I not use them? And if you think about that with, I think of it like with food, because I also love food. If I'm going to spend my hard-earned money on buying, you know, groceries for the week, and then they're just going to sit there because I spent my hard-earned money on them, I don't want to eat them. Like, I was like, no, you have to flip that mindset, because I've actually gotten to the point where, you know, I'm so thankful for everything that I have. I continue to get emotional when it comes to, you know, receiving PR packages, and sometimes I look around, like literally I want to get emotional right now, but sometimes I look around and I see everything that I have, and I see these amazing brands that I've been able to work with and make connections with, and I'm really proud of that. I'm really proud of the hard work that I've done. But at the same time, sometimes I also look around and I see so much stuff, and it makes me want to think about things a little bit more. It makes me want to slow down and appreciate the things that I have, and really value them and really use them. And that's kind of the mindset that I am trying to get back to. You know, this YouTube thing is hard, and it affects everyone differently, and we all have different feelings and emotions when we go through this differently, and we all learn, and we're on different journeys. And for me, it's been so exciting, and I continue to get excited to get PR. I continue to get excited when I can shop at Sephora, and I can shop at Ulta, and I can purchase new products, because it wasn't always that way for me. But I don't want to lose the value of the dollar. I don't want to lose the value of these products that I have, and I don't want makeup to just kind of pile up and sit there and collect dust. I really do want to use my makeup. I want to be able to use products up, because that's also a really good feeling. So that's kind of the mindset that I'm trying to keep a hold of, especially for 2020, going into a new year, going into a new decade. That's something that I really want to think about. On one hand, where I used to be like, don't use up your makeup, or, you know, try to keep holding on to this one lipstick that only has a few uses, like keep holding on to it. My mindset has definitely been changing, and I feel like I would see the value more of where my dollar went if I am actually using up products and I'm being able to move them through my collection. That's something that I want to focus on. So that's something, like, those are just things that I wanted to say quickly, and I do apologize if you're only here to see like the products and everything, but that's kind of my mindset. That's what I wanted to share with you, and that's what I want to hold on as I do this project pan. So let me go ahead and show you the different products that I chose out. So like I said, I chose 7 different products. One that I knew that I've wanted to put into this project pan is this powder. This is from Covergirl. This is their Vitalist Healthy Powder. Now this is one that I've already hit pan in, so I'm super proud about that. So again, this is considered like hitting pan when you can see the bottom, and I want to use this up. I want to use up this powder. that would make me really proud. I really do like this Covergirl powder. I've recommended it quite a bit on my channel. It's one of my most used powders, this one, and then the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder. And that powder I actually had in my 9 in 2019 project pan, so I wanted to put the Covergirl one in here. I want to use it up, and you know what? I think I can do it. And a pretty large pan in this one. I'll be doing some close-ups as well, but I want to keep using this one until it is completely used up. Also, Covergirl is discontinuing their Healthy Vitalist line, which is very sad for me. So it's kind of sad because once I use this powder up, I can't purchase another one. I think these are maybe like heavily discounted in some retailers, but they are discontinuing the line. So, you know, again, I have some other powders in my collection that I do enjoy and pressed powders that I do enjoy. So I just want to go ahead and try to use that one up. There are 2 lip products that I have in here. I have a lipstick and a lip liner. So first up, this lip liner is clearly one of my favorites. This is from Colourpop. This is the Oh Snap lip liner. This is a fairly older lip liner. Colourpop has repackaged their lip liners. This is still in the old packaging because I purchased this quite some time ago from the Colourpop website. I love Oh Snap. It's just a really beautiful like pinky nude color. I can wear it so much. I like the Colourpop lip liners. They're very creamy, which means that sometimes they can slip around a little bit more than something maybe like a wooden lip liner, but I still think that they're really nice. And I want to use off Oh Snap because like I'm getting there, but also I just recently, like a couple months ago, purchased either 3 or 4 new lip liners from Colourpop, and I find myself reaching for them quite a bit, and I'm like, but I really want to, again, I just want to get in that mindset of like, I can use products up. I don't have to have 37 lip liners in my collection. You know, you can use up one that I've clearly made such good progress on and one that I use so much and continue to love. I had to pull this one out of my purse to film this video because again, I just wear it so often. Then a lipstick that I have, this one here is from Bite Beauty. So this is a mini. So again, you know, healthy habits and, you know, putting achievable goals out there in the beginning. This is a mini lipstick from Bite Beauty. This is in Honeycomb, and I've done a pretty good job on this lipstick too. It's been in a couple of my Shop My Stash It's been in a couple of my Shop My Stash videos throughout the year as well. This one time when I was swatching it, I had it up too far, and so it kind of caved down, so that was my fault. I shouldn't have done that, but you can see that there's a very little bit left in here. Kind of have to be careful when I'm wearing it. Sometimes I've had to use my finger and dot it on and all of that, but I do want to use up this lipstick. This is one of the Amuse Bouche formulas. I think it's really nice. I think it pairs really well with Oh Snap, so I wanted to keep that in mind and use these 2 up together. Again, I actually just wore this lip combo recently, so again, this one was in my purse, but I think that I can use up this tiny little lipstick from Bite Beauty. Okay, so I also have in here, this is exciting to me because this is something that I had planned to put into my project pan, and it's an eyeshadow palette, and my original goal was to hit pan on one of these eyeshadows, but I actually already did it. I was so surprised. This is my Natasha Denona. Hey girl. She's my friend, hello. This is the Natasha Denona Mini Nude Eyeshadow Palette. So this is a 5-pan palette, and it's one of my favorites. If you are newer to my channel, this is one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes. I wear it so often. It's so small and compact. It kind of constantly goes in my on-the-go makeup bag, again, for days that I'm going into a larger town and I'm going to do my makeup when I get there. It's good for the travel bag. And if you can see, I have hit pan in this second shade, and that was the shade that I wanted to focus on. So again, like with my 9 in 2019 project pan, I wanted to hit pan on one shadow in particular on the Marvelous Mauves eyeshadow palette, which I did. Thank you so much. But this one, I'm like, you know what? I'm not too heartbroken that I hit pan before I ended up doing the project pan video, because my goal is to create a larger pan in this one. I don't know if I would be able to use it all the way up. I think that would be a pretty cool goal, but I want to see how big can I get this pan in the next 2 months. I'm planning to do an update every other month for this particular project pan. So for my 9 in 2019, I was doing quarterly. I'm going to do every other month for this project pan. Again, especially starting off, trying to make this a little bit more achievable. I want to see how we do. So again, this is a palette that I don't have to convince myself to use. I go into it so often. I especially really do enjoy this shade. I did a video recently called creating my all-star palette, choosing some of my favorite shades and formulas from some of my top eyeshadow palettes, and this was the first shade that I chose for my palette because it's one of my favorites. So again, I just want to see how much of a larger pan can I create in my mini nude. So I did want to include skincare in this project pan as well. I included a Pixie product in my 9 in 2019 that I did finish off, and with this one I decided to go with the Drunk Elephant Slaai Makeup Melting Butter Cleanser. I really do like this cleansing balm to remove my makeup. I typically use this on days where I have worn makeup because this is my first step in removing my makeup. Then I do a double cleanse and I follow up with another cleanser to kind of help remove the balm, make sure I've gotten everything taken off and all of that. And another reason I chose it is because I'm doing a really good job at this one. So again, I'll do some close-ups, but you can see that, you know, I've used a lot out of here. My goal is to use this entirely up, and I think I will be able to do that. But one reason I decided to focus on this too is because I actually have a few other cleansing balms in my collection. There's one from Good Molecules that I've been wanting to try that I got in PR, and then I actually got a double of it in my Beautylish Lucky Bag that I purchased recently. My video on that is up. So now I have two of these cleansing balms, and I almost felt a little bit guilty when I pulled it out of my Lucky Bag. I was like, well, I have this, but again, because I have, you know, so much skincare and I love skincare and I buy a lot of skincare, that means I have so much skincare just sitting around waiting to be used. So I don't think I will have a hard time finishing off this makeup melter from Drunk Elephant, and then I want to move over. It's going to kind of give me incentive before I can, you know, open the Good Molecules and get started on that, so I don't have half-finished skincare products laying all around, because that's been an issue for me. I'm gonna go ahead and use this up, and then we can try something new. I decided to choose out a primer. This, I don't know if I would say this is my wild card, because I still have one that might be considered my wild card, but I really liked this primer, and then I kind of forgot about it, and I feel like I can use this up, okay? This is from Touch in Sol. This is the No Problem Priming Water, okay? Play on words there, so bear with me. So this is, you get 1.01 fluid ounces of product, but if you can see, I mean, I have a bit of a dent made in this one. I really enjoyed this when it first came out. I was using it so often. I know there's another No Problem primer that came out in like a BoxyCharm, because a bunch of my girlfriends got it. They love their BoxyCharms, and it's so interesting to look at makeup collections from those who are not a YouTuber but also are not a YouTube viewer, because I feel like sometimes our collections are just a little bit larger. So to look at my girlfriends in real life, they get their BoxyCharms or their FabFitFun that, you know, can come with makeup, and that's what they use and that's what they get excited for. But I know that they really liked that primer, and again, I really liked this priming water, and you know, again, I feel like you can kind of see that I've made a dent into it as well. I feel like this is, again, easy to throw in on the go or a travel makeup bag or things like that. So my goal is to use this one up. Okay, and then lastly, I have my wild card. It's a bronzer. Oh, okay. I have tried panning a bronzer the past 2 years now with my project pans. With the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in 2018, still have not hit pan on that. And then also from the Balm, the Take Home the Bronze Bronzer, still haven't hit pan on that one either. But for some reason, when I was thinking about my project pan, even like weeks and months ago, there was one particular bronzer that I really wanted to put in here, because I feel like I should hit pan on this. A while back, I'll link it down below, but I did a video of 10 products that I haven't hit pan on yet, and that I'm shocked I haven't hit pan on yet. And I mentioned this bronzer from Becca Cosmetics. This is the Capri Coast bronzer. It's a beautiful bronzer. It's one of my favorites. It's a nice like shimmery bronzer. It's beautiful, and I feel like I should have already hit pan on this one. So I am going to give it my all, and I feel like with my new mindset, and I feel like with having, you know, some of these more achievable products, I feel like this is going to be the time that I hit pan in a bronzer. I'm putting it out there, okay? I am putting it out there. I'm gonna try my hardest. There's quite a dent in the center there. I mean, there really is, but there's no pan yet. I mean, I can see like around the perimeter of the pan too. Like, you can tell that this has been used, this has been very loved, and I'm gonna give it my best shot. So in addition to the Capri Coast, Those are my 7 products that I am putting into kind of my rolling project pan for 2020. So like I said, I'm going to do an update every other month. I was kind of wondering how to do this particular version of my project pan, which to me I feel like is a little bit different than the past couple of years, and then also do my Shopped My Stash series, which I started actually in 2019. Again, because of my mindset and not really understanding, like, why do I want to use up makeup? I want to keep everything forever. I hadn't done a Shop My Stash, which is a pretty popular series on YouTube. And so I decided to do it in 2019. And I feel like doing that series really also was a catalyst of changing my mindset, and it really kind of showed me how hard it is to go through makeup, how rewarding it can be to go through some of the products, and I also kind of liked having a separate makeup bag set aside, especially for my on-the-go days, you know, especially after moving to a small town and all of that. I really liked having kind of that bag where I didn't have to think about it. I already had my staples in there. So what I want to do moving forward is I want to do those videos every other month. So I was doing Shop My Stash every single month. I was reviewing the products that I chose from my bag the month before. Then I was sharing the new products. I was doing a Get Ready With Me. But one thing that I noticed, especially because I do review a lot of new makeup, as a YouTuber, I am trying to review new makeup. I am trying to show new things on my channel. But also when doing the Shop My Stash videos, I realized how hard it was to use a lot of these products consistently in a month, because I am trying to review new makeup. You know, as a YouTuber, I do try to include new releases. I do try to, you know, be able to purchase or show PR that I've gotten that is new, to be able to get the reviews out to you. But at the same time, I don't feel like that is what my channel is focused on. And I think sometimes I've kind of struggled because I feel like I should have more of a niche. I feel like I should either be known for, you know, showing new makeup, or for having epic hauls, or for Shop My Stash, or for Project Pan, or for indie, or for luxury. There's so many different niches within the beauty community on YouTube, and sometimes I feel like I don't really belong because I don't really feel like I have a niche, because I just am trying to be myself, and I try to show things that I'm interested in, and I try to talk about things that I'm interested in. And sometimes it's new makeup, and sometimes it's a haul, and sometimes it's older makeup, and trying to use up my products. So sometimes I definitely kind of struggle with that, but you know, at the end of the day, I'm a YouTuber and I'm an author and I have a blog and I have a podcast and all of that. But at the end of the day, I'm just me, and to me, I'm just a regular girl. And I just, you know, started a YouTube channel because I wanted to talk about makeup. And sometimes that means talking about new stuff. Sometimes that means talking about old stuff. Sometimes that means talking about what's going on in the world. Sometimes that means talking about inspiring or motivating things. And so I just want to keep trying to be myself. But what I noticed with the Shop My Stash was that I felt like I wasn't getting to that bag enough in a month's time. So in my last Shop My Stash video, which went up in December, I think it was early December, I said that I was going to move that series to every other month so that I could use up the products more, so that I could do more Get Ready With Me videos using some of these older products as well. And so that's what I decided to do. So one month you'll get a Shop My Stash, going through my collection and choosing out products not necessarily that I want to finish up or use off, except for my mascaras. I typically choose a mascara that I need to just finish off and move on with in those videos. But just products that, you know, I want to show a little bit more love in my collection. And then I'm going to have this rolling project pan that'll go, you know, every other month, corresponding with the Shop My Stash. And these are going to be the products that I want to use up. These are the products that I want to make considerable progress on. So that's how I'm going to run those 2 different series throughout the month. Now, this is a little bit of a longer video, but I just wanted to really give an insight on my mindset and kind of how it changed, especially with starting a project pan series, with starting a Shop My Stash series. And just give a little insight on how those 2 different series are going to run on my channel. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing the 7 products that I chose out for my project pan, and you're excited to see my updates and my progress as we go along. I'm really excited. I'm excited to start it off with something that I feel like is a little bit more achievable, and I think it's going to keep me motivated throughout the year. So fingers crossed, that's what I'm looking forward to. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments, of course. Are you doing a project pan in 2020? What type are you doing? What products are you focusing on? How are you kind of going into it since we did start the new year? Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your continued support. I really do appreciate it so much. If you did enjoy this video though, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. I hope that you'll also consider subscribing before you go, and I will see you in my next video.